All right, let's get this party started. To the silence again. Told you guys yesterday, it's weird how it gets so silent. As soon as I turn on the mute. All right. So what do I have in store for you tonight? So I called this one, I'm not quite sure why I called it this, but we're going to keep the title, called All Together Now. So for some reason, we're back together on a snowy night. Maybe I thought we weren't going to get together because of the snow, but here we are. And as I said in my description, tonight's workout's kind of all over the place. So we're doing a lot of different stuff, which will keep everybody active. Of course, some people prefer some means of high cadence work over low cadence work. Some people like standing up over sitting down. So I think everybody will get a little piece of what they prefer. But tonight, I want you to think about those things where you find your weakness. Because we can all do our good things, but when we start to really work on the weaknesses, that's when we start to get stronger and become more of a complete cyclist. So think about tonight, which of these efforts challenge you and what you think you might need to do moving forward to continue to improve. So as you all know already, your towel, your fan, your full water bottle. Right now you're in that nice easy gear, just spinning the legs, getting warmed up. And then we will jump into this mixed up workout. So I think you've heard me say this before, but when I was a kid, I played basketball, and I knew that I wasn't very good at dribbling with my left hand or shooting a layup with my left hand. So I decided, and I think this was probably in high school, that I was going to start to do everything I could with my left hand. So I would brush my teeth with my left hand. I would eat with my left hand. The only thing I never mastered was writing with my left hand. And interestingly enough, when I got into college and I was playing softball in college, my coach came to me freshman year and he said, "We're going to turn you into a switch hitter." So instead of batting right-handed, I literally batted left-handed my entire college career as a softball player. So he saw that I could make that transition. And obviously that happened because I started working on my left hand. But it also happened because he also recognized that I could drag bunt, get on, steal second, and potentially score. So he was a good coach because he knew and saw what my strengths were, and he used them in a proper way to allow me to do something different than what I was doing, but also to make it something that benefited the team in the long run. So in that way, he was a great coach. All right, we got one more minute. So here's how the first 5-minute warm-up is going to go. A little different than we normally do. We're going to do 30 seconds at 100 cadence, and then 30 seconds at a 90 cadence. All I want you to do, you're going to be in your small ring. I want you to get around your 21. So remember, if you had 28 at the top, 25, 23, 21. So go ahead and find that gear. We're going to hold 30 seconds at 100 cadence. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Pick it up. If that gear feels too easy and you're getting yourself to 110 or even 120, I want you to go ahead and shift to one harder gear. Holding that 100. I'm right at 101. If you're following my legs. Shifting 2 harder gears. Finding 90. Holding 90 for 30 seconds. It's not really going to feel like a rest, but that's not what this is all about. It's about getting the body warmed up. Shifting back up 2 easier gears. Back to 100. Holding steady. I'm right at 100. If you're following me. Find yourself getting light in your hands. No weight on those palms. Your gears heavier. 90. 2 gears heavier to 90. Keeping those hips perfectly still. Feet nice and light. 2 easier gears. Back to that 100. I had a couple people email me and say, are we having a session tonight? I think I confused everybody on Tuesday. It's next week. No Thursday session. 2 harder gears. Right to 90. Settled there perfectly. Really working with a lot of cadence lately. It's a perfect metric to use. 2 easier gears. Back to that 100. A steady 100. It's not a super hard gear. 2 harder gears. Back to 90. Make a smooth transition from one cadence to the next. Two easier gears. Last 30 seconds at 100. This is good. Feeling the burn in the legs. Preparing them for the workout. 2 harder gears. 90 cadence. Last time. Right at 90. I have to admit, after Tuesday's workout, I wasn't sure how the body was going to feel, but actually felt pretty good. 3, 2, 1. Nice and easy. Easy gear. Spin out the legs. All right. Our next effort. We haven't done these in a while, so I thought I'd bring them out just so you can see what you got. One-legged drills. We're going to do 30 seconds per leg. Reminder of how they work. You will click out of the leg that I tell you to. That leg that has been clicked out, you can either hook it on your trainer or put it on top. Leg's going to go around. Really work on and focus on keeping your hips square. And you want to also work on getting that nice, smooth pedal stroke. So I'm in a super easy gear right now, and I'm able to hold that without getting that clicking sound at the bottom. So we're going to work on that, getting smooth. So I want everybody in their small ring down to your 15. So if you look back, you'll see 3 gears underneath your chain. 30 seconds, you're going to clip out of your left foot first. 3, 2, 1. 30 seconds, right leg only. Doesn't have to go fast. Just go at a pace that's good for you to feel smooth. Pulling up, really not pushing over the top, but finding that scraping motion at the bottom so you can get up and over. Switching legs, remember, stop your foot so you can put the other one in. Start to pedal, clip out. You should be pedaling just with the left leg. And why do you stop your foot at the top? Because that's what you would do outside. You really wouldn't continue to pedal because you have to stop to get your foot into the cleat. Just find it being smooth now. Switching legs, stopping the legs, 2 pedal strokes, clicking out of the left. Right leg only. Find your balance in the saddle. You might look down at your foot and make sure that it's pedaling straight and smooth. Clipping out and clipping back in. Now with the left foot. And you shouldn't be pulling up from your ankle. Your foot should be nice and flat. Switching legs, stopping at the top. Couple pedal strokes, clipping out. Make it smooth. 2 minutes in, 3 minutes to go. Really use the fact that you're connected to that pedal. Stopping the feet, clipping in with both, clipping out with the right. Left leg only. Now, if you feel a little bit of play in your cleat, and you really feel this when you do one-legged drills, then it might be time for a cleat replacement, depending on what kind of cleat you're using. Switching legs, stopping at the top, couple pedal strokes, clipping out of the left. Right leg only. 2 more times on the right leg. 2 more times on the left leg. Want to keep them nice and even. It's funny, I get to listen to Randy do his workouts. Switching legs, clipping in, couple pedal strokes, flipping out of the right. And today, for some reason, had his 12 o'clock class, which is a step class. So they use a raised block. He was talking us up a storm. Talking and talking and talking and talking and talking. So finally at the end, switching legs. Last time, right leg only, 30 seconds here. So about an hour after he was done with his workout, he's like, man, my stomach is hurting. I said, yeah, I think it's from getting all that air when you were talking all the time in your workout. You might need to tone down the talking. Last time, switching it up. Left leg only. But he does the same thing that I do. Of course, when you talk, makes it go faster for you guys. All right, now the legs are really ready for the rest of this workout. 3, 2, both legs, nice easy gear, 1 minute off. Take a drink. Let's get ready now. All right, here goes our first set. These sets kind of get a little longer and a little harder in intensity. So I want you to pay attention to that as you move forward. We're doing a 4-minute effort. It goes like this. 45 seconds at 100 to 110 cadence. I want you getting yourself into your zone 4 or around 8 or 9 on that rate of perceived exertion. You're only going to get 15 seconds, but we're going to go to 2 easier gears. Keep the cadence at 110. And then we're going right back to another 45-second effort. So that 15 seconds is not a rest period. It's part of that set. So it's 45, 15, 45, 15, 45, 15, 45, 15. Each of those in your small ring. And here's where you get to decide. You get to decide what gear you want to be in to get you to zone 4 to hold 100 to 110 cadence. So here we go. Decide where you want to be. 3, 2, 1. Get that cadence high. Start to build this effort. Once you do the first one, you're going to set the bar for yourself. I'm going to hold 105 just so you guys can be right in the middle of that cadence zone. When I count it down, you're going to go 1 or 2 easier gears and hold 110 plus for 15 seconds. I'm right at 105. 3, 2, 1 or 2 easier gears. Hold 110. 15 seconds there. 3, 2. Shift back down to that original gear. Right back to that cadence. 100 to 110. I'm at 105. This one's going to go very fast. I realized I forgot to turn my fan on above me. I have to use my baby fan. 3, 2, 1 or 2 easier gears. 110, 110. Let's go. Tall in the torso. Shift back down to 100 to 110. I'm right at 105. Two more minutes. Steady and consistent. Focused on what you need to stay focused on. Light in your feet. I'm still at 105. Shifting 1 or 2 easier gears. 110. Let's go. Hold it steady. Back down to that original gear. 100 to 110. Last minute. You got this. Stick with it. Positive thoughts to get you to the end. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 easier gear. Last 110. Let's go. Three, 2, 1. Nice easy gear. Spin it out. Nice job. Take a drink. You know the drill. Have that bottle finished by the end of the night. All right, this next one is going to challenge me to keep the rhythm going. And I know for you, it'll be an interesting mix. So we're going to do a 5-minute effort now. You did a 4-minute effort. Now it's time for a 5-minute effort. And we're all in this together. So you're going to do 10 seconds of a hard effort. Then you're going to do 10 seconds at an easy effort. Then it's 10 seconds standing and 10 seconds seated. So you can see that's the pattern. We're going to do that for the whole 5 minutes. The gear that I'm going to give you, you're going to stay in the same gear the entire time. You're not going to shift. So everybody can get to your big ring and your 19. So remember 28, 25, 23, 21, 19. So this might be tough for when you get to the standing part. Here we go. Give me 10 seconds in your drops, seated, a little hard. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Hold steady. 3, 2, back up to your hoods. Just let the legs spin around. Recover a little bit, but not really. 3, 2, stand it up. 10 seconds standing. Go, whatever pace works for you. 3, 2, sitting down again. Really work on your position for these. 3, 2, in your drops, let's go. 10 seconds hard. 3, 2, nice and easy. Next one standing. 3, 2, standing up. Hips are over the ankles. Legs are moving. Nobody's feet are dropping to the bottom. Sitting back down. Keep the legs moving. In your drops. Going for it, going for it. Come on. Bring the power up. 3, 2, back to your hoods. Nice and easy. 3, 2, stand it up. 10 seconds. Sitting back down. Coming up on 2 minutes. Down in your drops. 3, 2, let's go for it. 10 seconds. 3, 2, back up to your hoods. Nice and easy. Next, we're going to be standing in your hoods and up. Sitting back down. Good job. Keep the wheels turning. Down in your drops. Let's go. Push it hard, push it hard. 3, 2, nice and easy. Coming up on 3 minutes. 3, 2, stand it up. And sitting back down. Keep your head in the game. Down in the drops. Let's go. Push through it, push it. 3, 2, 1. Nice and easy. 3, 2, stand it up. Sit back down. Coming at 4 minutes. Last minute's coming your way. Down in your drops. And go for it. 3, 2, nice and easy. Almost there. In your hoods. And up. Sitting back down. One more effort to go. Last one in the drops. And hit it. Come on. Make it look like the first one. 3, 2, 1. Stay in that gear. Don't shift yet. Got to get in the full 5 minutes. 3, 2, 1. Small ring. Easy gear. Woo! Now, if that one didn't get the heart rate up, get a drink. All right. Great job on that. So this next effort, that was the perfect warm-up for this next effort. It's a 3-minute time trial. So what does a time trial mean? It's a race against the clock. So you want to do this time trial in the fastest possible way. We're just doing a 3-minute time trial. If you really want to gauge your 3-minute effort, if you're using a Garmin, if when we start, you hit your lap button, and when we finish, you hit your lap button again, and you go to your data and you see that lap, that's going to tell you for just that lap how far you went and what your pace was for that 3-minute effort. So again, I'm going to give you a lot of freedom here. The only constant that I want is that you're keeping your cadence between 90 and 100. You can do big ring, you can do small ring, you can do whatever gear works best for you to give me your best effort for 3 minutes. So think about what that's going to be. In 15 seconds, we're going to make that happen. All right, find your gear so you know where you're going to. 90 to 100 cadence, 3 minutes solid. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Settle in to a position on the bike that feels right. If you want to change positions along the way, you may do that. Go into your hoods, go down in your drops, go back up to your deck. For these long efforts, you have to be comfortable. And this is where you can really work on all those things that we talked about. Where's your weakness in this 3 minutes of effort? And even if you want to go like this, you can get extra comfortable. It's just a little odd being in this position for some people. Coming up on a minute. Let's keep this going. I have to start thinking of a story so I can keep you guys in the game, in the mix. So I never talked about the benefits of being on a racing team. So sometimes on a team, the team actually gives you bonuses if you win or if you come in certain places. So for Somerset Wheelman, which was my first official team, they had a system in place where you would actually get money for placing in races. 1 minute to go. Keep the effort right where it is. Don't let it drop. So each month, you'd submit a form with the races that you did and the places that you placed. And then money was coming your way. It was kind of a good incentive to get people out there and to make you work hard at the races. 15. 5, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Hit your lap button if you hit at the beginning. Nice recovery. Woo! All right, the legs should really feel good now. Well warmed up. Different kinds of efforts. Some with one leg, some with a high cadence, a little bit of standing. Now we're going to go into our last big main set. And it's going to be, this is actually a 2-pager, but it's really not a 2-pager. It's like a page and 1 line. So that doesn't really count. This next effort, 10 minutes long. For 4 minutes, you're going to be in a gear that's going to hold you around a 70 to 75 cadence. Again, if the gear that I give to you is a little too much to manage, you may shift to an easier or harder gear. But on this one, no higher than 75 cadence. So for 4 minutes, you're in that gear, keeping your cadence right at 75. Then you're going to shift to one harder gear, and you're going to stand for 1 minute. Then right back to those 4 minutes at 75, and finish that set with 1 minute of standing. All right, so find your big ring. You're 15. If you need to go to a harder gear or an easier gear, you may do so. 3, 2, 1. We're looking for 75. You actually might need an easier gear. I went to one myself. Let's see if I can get settled in. This is the hard part with these lower cadences, finding that perfect gear to hold you right at the right cadence. All right, now I'm there. I shifted up actually 2 easier gears. But remember, I have a 53 chain ring. Most of you have a 50. We're holding this for 4 minutes. So when I joined the Somerset Wheelman, as I said to you previously, I was a Cat 4 back then. Now they actually have a Cat 5 category for new people. So fortunately, in your category, you actually race most of the time with only the people in that category. So I was racing with other Cat 4s, sometimes in some races in a Cat 3 category. So the 3s and the 4s were together. The biggest challenge in women's racing is not having enough racers. So sometimes they would put the Cat 4s 2 minutes down, 2 minutes to go. They'd put the Cat 4s with the junior boys. That was not fun, because those kids had no fear, didn't care if they crashed, and really were a little unsafe. So you always hoped that you could either get away from the group, or those guys would go ahead of you and you didn't have to deal with them anymore. Keep in it. Coming up on 3 minutes. Holding that cadence steady. Three minutes down. 1 to go here. Then after that minute, you're going to actually stand for a minute. The only good thing about having those juniors is if you got away from the group and you were with the boys, you could use them. My saying was always, use and abuse. I'm going to use you so I can abuse you later and sprint and beat you. Get ready for that change in gearing. 1 harder gear. 3, 2, standing up. It's going to feel good to stand up. Staying tall. Heads are up. Nobody's looking down at the ground. Get into a nice rhythm. "30 seconds. Then we're going to go right in to that 4-minute effort. No break in between. No time to rest. Solid 10-minute effort. 3, 2, 1 easier gear, or 2 if you need to get right back into that cadence. You might think initially that you need 2, but you probably don't. You'll settle right back in. So around here in New Jersey, we have what's called the New Jersey Bicycle Association. That's a governing body for all races in New Jersey. So they do kind of series or a series of races for different categories. So there was always a Cat 4 series, which was a group of maybe 8 to 10 races of varying levels. A road race, a time trial, a crit, a circuit. Different weekends, different venues. And it came down to, you could win one of the races, or if you did really well in all of them, you win the series. So it's all based on a point system. Coming up on 7 minutes. 2 to go here. Stick with it. This one's making me sweat, so I know it's making you sweat. The other thing they did in the series is there would actually be a leader wearing a leader's jersey for the series. So at every race, you knew who your #1 girl was, who you wanted to knock off in that race, and take that jersey yourself. One more minute here. Nice and solid. If you're losing some focus, and your cadence is dropping, get it back up. Keep the legs moving. 30 more seconds here. Pushing you guys a little bit tonight. 15. So you're going to shift down one harder gear and stand up when I tell you to. Finding that one harder gear, standing up. Woo! Last minute. Feel your hips being in the right spot. Right over your ankles. $30 to go. Feel like you can pick up the pace? Make it happen. Try not to let your legs straighten too much. 10 to go. 5, 3, 2, 1. Yikes. Easy gear. Take a drink. Towel off. Keep the legs moving. Do not stop pedaling. The legs need that movement. Keep the blood flowing. The other thing that might happen is if you were starting to feel maybe a little bit of cramping coming on, by stopping those legs, it's just going to bring that cramp to a boil. You should almost be done with your water. So you know what I like to have happen in this last couple of minutes until we cool down. We want to finish fast so the legs can come back to life. So we're going to kind of do what we did at the beginning. We will do 30 seconds at 100 and 30 seconds at 90. So you're finishing fast. But here, I want you to pick a gear that's a little easier than you think you like. And I want you to really focus on getting those legs to spin lightly, but don't get any bounce happening. If you need to shift around a little to do that, but I want you to try to stay in a lighter gear. All right, so find the gear you think you like. It might just be one down from where you are right now. 3, 2, 1. Bring your cadence up to at least 100. But make that 100 happen without a lot of work going on. It's so super simple and so easy to spin the legs here. And if you keep the upper body light and the elbows bent, then you're going to be able to keep that going. One harder gear, bring it to 90. That 90, you'll feel nice. That's what the body knows. That's what it's really getting used to now. You're going to probably notice your average cadence for this workout might be pretty high. That's a good thing. If it's between 80 and 90, good on you. All right, back up one easier gear. Back to that 100 cadence. I want you to think about in the next week, when we come back together on Tuesday, what that one thing is that's your weakness. that you feel you need to work on. I'll take a brief poll and see what that is. One harder gear, back to 90. Let's just get the legs feeling like they're not burning. They don't have tightness in them. The muscles aren't seizing up. And some of that may also be happening because maybe you didn't hydrate properly today. One easier gear, back to that 100. Keeping the legs spinning. So next week on Tuesday, I want everybody one harder gear. Just like you wear your ugly Christmas sweater, I want you to wear your ugliest jersey or your ugliest outfit. So Meredith, I'm sure you got a lot of those to choose from. Pull out some crazy one. So everybody, bring your ugly sweater, your ugly jersey, or your ugly shorts, helmet, whatever it might be. Okay, all the way up to the easiest gear you have. We're just going to spin these legs out for 2 more minutes, and then we will be done for the night. So you got a little bit of homework. Think about what you want to work on in the coming year. We'll start to make our New Year's resolution list and start digging in your closet and find your ugly jersey. Man, I got so many jerseys. I'm going to have to empty the whole drawer. It's really sad. Not sure if I told you guys this, but I actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 drawers of jerseys and shorts. And what do I wear every day? Double Star Coaching. Because before Double Star Coaching, I wore a different jersey every single day. And I could do it for months on end. So my Double Star Coaching jersey gets a lot of use now. But I got some really nice ones in there, so I'm going to have to find one that is the ugliest jersey I own. All right, great job tonight. As always, get in a good recovery. Check your hydration. See if you did a good job today. And we will be back for Tuesday of next week. Only Tuesday of next week. And then again the following week, only Tuesday of the following week. And I will, of course, send out an email. All right, I am going to stop my watches and get off of this bike and open up the phone lines.